Hey old soul, just over a year ago I sold everything I owned and moved to the land of Bali with my ex-husband and 3 kids. Now I live my dream life, traveling first class around the world, teaching others how to do the same. If you are ready for a life that is so abundant and free, where money flows like air so effortlessly that you don't even care because you are simply focusing on you and allowing everything to be true, then you are exactly where you need to be. Let me teach you how to be wildly abundant and insanely free.
Yeah, yeah. God is good, but if God was one of us. How funny is this? Like literally put in these earrings, and then the first song that came to my head was like, but if God was one of us. Isn't it interesting how symbols in our reality trigger us to sing certain songs, to be a certain way, to remind us? And like, let's be honest, this is how marketing works. It is the keep looking at the sign. And then all of a sudden your subconscious is like, oh, I feel like McDonald's and I've never felt like McDonald's before. Okay, guys, today we're going to talk about boundaries you need to activate the 7-figure year. I'm an energy worker. I work with celebrities and people that are looking to activate the 7 figures this year, 2025, doing a deep dive because this is the year of the snake. And guess what, guys? It's the energy I work with, the Kundalini energy, the prana, the chi, the life force. And the snake is like the life and the death cycles. It's the rebirth. And a lot of people don't understand what rebirth means, how it works, how we actually quantum leap into new timelines, into new arenas. Most people wouldn't even be able to tell you when their last quantum leap was and how the cycles are going. And it's really important to realize that death is always around us. I'm grabbing my hair because your hair's always dying. It's always falling out. Your skin cells are always dying and being renewing. And the thing that comes from, I don't know if you guys ever saw the old movie Pollyanna, and the priest or pastor would always preach. He's like, death comes unexpectedly. It was so funny because it was so morbid. And he was like, oh, I can be positive. And she's like, yes, you can be glad for a good life. So let's help ourselves be glad and really truly embody this. You're here to this video today because you desire the 7-figure year. So it's already in your consciousness. It's already in your psyche. You're already desiring it. And it's so important that you understand that time does not exist when we get beyond the physical plane. The illusion of time is very, very, very trippy because we don't actually ever go back. We can't go back to the past. Like if I said, close your eyes right now and go back to the past, you'd be like, well, I went there in my mind, but my physical body is still standing here and I'm still dressed the same and I still look the same. And this is the same as when you were in the past. You could come to the future, but you couldn't physically teleport and change everything about you to go there. You can only be in the now. So the only thing that actually exists is the now. And it's almost like being on this massive quantum field, and everything exists right now. The version of you that's a millionaire exists right here, right now. But your consciousness is this tiny little teeny slither. And what you need to do in order to activate the 7 figures this year is to expand your consciousness, which is what I do through energy work, or expanding your consciousness so that you can be the right vessel to receive the 7 figures. Because it's a bit like electricity. The desire desires you too. It's waiting for you to be the container so the desire can be seen by you, because it's all it is. It's when you can get into the frequency, you will literally see it appear. But how it works is that your consciousness needs to get there. And when your consciousness is separate to it, so you actually think that there's separation, which is the separation of time. You think that there is the factor that it's not the right time, or it has to be the right time, but it's already here now. And when you can take off the time perception goggles and just boom, remove them, then you can actually start to remove the biggest block that's separating you from the manifestation, which is the time. But let's go deep with the boundaries that you need in the physical plane so that you can expand your container to hold this 7-figure year, expand your vessel, because it's so important that you are expanding your vessel so that you can receive the goals and the dreams that you desire, because they desire you too. You wouldn't desire it if they didn't desire you too. So let's dive deep. Boundaries. When you are focused on doing all the time and being busy, you don't actually have the space to receive the $1 million. You've got to get good at being in your business and being the leader in your business and allowing your staff to lead themselves. You are not there to micromanage everyone. You are there to create leaders and let them be self-led. Let them manage things. Focus on your zone of genius. Therefore, you have all this space to do what you love. I'm not here recording podcast episodes every single day. I am here on my game days doing the game day things because this is my talent. This is my gift. I don't have a script. I literally just channel all the information that you desire, that you need. I don't try to get in my head about how I need to say it or when I need to say it or who I need to be to say it. I'm not like, oh my gosh, you missed a word. Quickly go back and edit it out. It's just like, this is the raw me. This is me. You're getting me. If you don't like me, you're welcome to leave. It doesn't offend me. And it's just like you get to be all of you, right? And so you got to get your business almost set up like or author, an actor, or a professional athlete so that you can have the days when you're on and the days when you're not on. The days that you're filming, whether you do that in your business or not, but it's like the days that you do the tasks that make you the most money. And then you have all this time throughout your weeks. Maybe you do that 1 or 2 days, and then you've got all this space in your week where you're recovering, where you're getting better, where you're enhancing your skills, where you are changing, you're transforming, you're going inward. And so boundaries around this is people in your life who is taking up most of your time. If you are, and I definitely did this early years, I've been in business 12 years, and in the early years, I'd be like on the phone to my friend that just had a baby and talking all the time. And I wasn't serious. I wasn't dead set, focused on what I needed to do to create the space to receive what I desire. You need to focus on being the best in the world. You need to focus on self-mastery, on self-leadership, on getting to become the best in the world at what you do so that you can charge the best in the world prices. The goal is not about working harder. It's like, how can I sell this one thing for $1 million? Well, when you keep enhancing your skill set, you keep getting better and better and better at being you. You develop mastery. Like for me, it's easy for me to charge the prices that I charge. I actually think that they're a great deal when a lot of people would look at them and go, wow, you're charging a lot. But to me, I'm like, you're getting a freaking great deal because I have a skill set that less than 1% of the people on this earth have. Not many people can do the energy work that I do. I know how quickly it changes people's lives. I know the rapid transformations that it gives me. And so on top of that, I could just give up and just go, oh, well, I have that skill set. I don't need to do anything else, but I'm focused on how can I be better? How can I become the master of me? How can I go better with my skill sets? How can I zone out all the noise in the outskirts and just focus on what I'm here to do? I know exactly what my goals are for this season. They are around health, they are around money, they are around clients and my clients' transformations. And when I focus on that, that's when we get the results. But when we're trying to do everything, if you're to write out like 1,000,000 trillion New Year's resolutions at the start of the year and you're like, I'm going to do this, you don't do any because you're overwhelmed by it. You need laser focus. And to have laser focus, you've got to make sure that you have a life that supports that. There are things in your business that you're not good at doing. Outsource them. It is not a vibe doing the things in your business that you shouldn't be doing. Stop doing them. Let them go. I know exactly what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. I'm good at speaking. I'm good at turning up. I'm good at I can absolutely work hard, but that doesn't mean that I have to. But I turn up on the days that I'm present to create the content, to share the messages that God is using me to be a vessel for so that I can change people's lives and help people that desire to get in my program, go through the initiation to come through, because it's not an easy journey getting into my program. You've got to have done a level of inner work. And when you feel the call from God, then you've got to do the more inner work, which is like your soul's like clearing all these things. And I always say to clients, I'm like, what's scaring you about signing up? Like, what is it that's scaring you about signing up? Because that's what you have to overcome for your next level. I always say to my clients, the transformations at the transaction. People literally have shifts the second that they pay, but what actually needs to happen is they've got to calibrate. And when you're calibrating and you're going through these death and rebirth cycles, which I show my clients how we 10x, because you have to understand that 10x is the same as 2x. It's the same place. It's the same ease for you with your energy, with the universe. You have X number of days a week. You have X number of days in this lifetime. It's the same amount of energy. It's just that your focus is on different things to get different results. And so it's being mindful of what the things are, what the results are that you desire, so that your focus is on that. And if your focus is on every single thing in your business, you're not actually going to get the momentum that you need, because what's happening is that you're standing in the ocean. You're like, oh, there's so many waves, but you can't catch them all. You can only catch one, and you can catch it so well that you are like the best surfer in the world, and you ride all the way to the shore and you're doing all these tricks. But if you keep focusing on trying to get every wave, you're exhausted, you're drowning, you're getting salt water up your nose, you're getting frustrated because you're like, there's not enough time in between waves, and you're going back and forth, and it's just crazy. And so you need laser focus. And so when we're looking at laser focus, we've got to look at, who do we need to let go of? Who do we need to have those difficult conversations with? Because I can tell you right now, every level of the game, there's friends that will come and there's friends that will go. There's friends in my life that I love, that are like family, that like I'll literally say to them, hey, I'm in hermit mode right now. Like I'm going really deep with hermit mode. And it's like one here, of course. And they're like, awesome, my gosh, I love you. Let me know when you're out of it. And I think it's really important to know when we're stepping into hermit mode, when we can really truly own that part of ourselves and not feel like there's something wrong with us because we need to isolate from people so that we can go in on this next level. Because the reality is, if you desire to be the best in the world so that you can charge the best in the world prices, this isn't just about you unlocking 7 figures. This is about you helping people. This is about you truly and utterly stepping into your power, to your truth, to your magnetism, to all the beautiful things in this world, and really truly owning it. So looking at the people in your life that are not living the life that you're going to be living when you have the 7 figures. You get to change your life right now. The second that everything's changed and you're living as if you already have that money, that desire, then it comes. You need boundaries around your phone. You need boundaries around what you're putting into your body. If you are eating junk food all day, you don't have the right energy to allow the $1 million to come to you. You just don't. Your health is wealth. The way that your skin is, the way that your energy is, the way that you hold yourself is so important. If you desire to change the world with your product and with your service, you are the energetics behind it, and your energy needs to be clean. And so that's why it's important to focus on the time that works for you, and then really going into, for the other days, it's about rejuvenating. It's about resting. It's about enhancing your skill set. Think about professional athletes. They are really, really good at recovery. And I remember having a business coach for years, and she was like, Eva, treat yourself like a professional athlete. Like that's all she drilled into me every single day. She's like, treat yourself like a professional athlete. And it's so funny because the coaches I always had for like 12 months were the most profound. I got the greatest shifts because I was in that frequency for such a long time that I was able to calibrate. And that's why my Elite Energy Hub's 12 months. A lot of people were like, why would you have it for 12 months? I'm like, because you don't create shifts until you see how much your life can change in 1 year. 1 year of my life with this energy, I quantum leap 10 years last year. Like that is how much I was moving, shifting, changing. If you look at photos of me back at the start of the year, you're like, whoa. I literally like look at them. I'm like cringing a little bit. I'm like, oh, that's some very old snake skin there. But that is how quickly you can grow and evolve when you allow. And you have to understand that your desire for the 7 figures is a portal to your soul's growth and your soul's truest evolution. So being strict with yourself. Where are the things that are hogging most of your time that you don't need them to hog most of your time anymore? Are you on TV too much? Are you on TikTok too much? Like what things do you need to create boundaries around? Looking at every area of your life, looking at your relationship. Is your partner impeding on work time or vice versa? Are you creating strong boundaries like that you are going out on date nights, things like that? It's really looking at your life with what works, what doesn't work. You can create, like a lot of people that are stuck in people pleasing. I used to have a lot of wounds around this. A lot of people stuck in people pleasing will like just let everything happen in their relationship and they don't have the uncomfortable conversations. I think the biggest thing in marriages these days is that people are not having the uncomfortable conversations. And you literally have to be like, hey, I'm not growing. Can we do X, Y, Z? Hey, this isn't happening. Can we do this? You know what? Actually, I'm not good before 10 a.m. in the morning. Can you just not talk to me before then? Like people go, oh, this is harsh or this and this. Like, no, stop. You get to desire it because you desire it. You get to want it just because you want it. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to make yourself right. You don't need to make yourself wrong. There's going to be so many phases and facets of you in this lifetime. And the faster that you can constantly go from the version of yourself that's like, I don't care. I'm so unapologetic and I'm putting boundaries up here. And you know what? This friend can't call me at this hour. And actually, I'm putting boundaries around gossiping or having these conversations or talking about this because it makes me feel negative. Like, write out everything that you desire and then you need to action it. Law of attraction. So, I truly hope that this helps. If you did get some guidance from this, let me know what your biggest takeaway was below. Come and follow me on Instagram. It's so new over there. It feels a little bit like a ghost town. So if you are loving the YouTube, please come and head over to Instagram. Give me a like, send me a DM. I love you. I see you. If you found that there's a friend that needs this episode, please share it with them. My goal is to create 1,000 millionaires this year. So I'm really about doing everything in my power to do that and activate people in my elite energy hub. If you feel the call to come to the program and you can feel a lot of fear coming up, I invite you to sit with that fear and ask yourself, what are you afraid of? Because the soul doesn't have fear, only the mind. And the job of the soul is to help you get over the limitations of the mind so you can step into a limitless reality. There is nothing in this world that is right or wrong, good or bad. You may think that there is, but when you're truly connected to your soul and love and peace, you get to have it all and more in the most beautiful, beautiful way. So I love you. I see you. Thank you for being here. If you're a celebrity and you want to work with me, please send an email to support@evakasitsky.co. And I hope you have just the most beautiful, magical, phenomenal day from the land of Bali, sending a million trillion blessings your way. Mwah.